Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. I'm Dan, CableGuy. Thanks for joining me. So today I'll be sharing my first reaction video. If you're following RS Prop Masters on YouTube, you'll have seen that they recently invited me up to their studio in Manchester for a day of fun, and that is something that I certainly had. This is me watching that YouTube video for the first time with my reaction to it as the video was unveiled. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Big thanks to RS for letting me use some of the footage in this video. Enjoy!
Hey guys, Rob from RS and welcome back. And this week we've got something a little bit special for you. As you know, we're all about accurate replica movie props. Ideally made from production made original pieces. For RS, this all started with Simon's original Stormtrooper. And today we have his original helmet here in the studio so we can look over some of the details and build some replicas. This is the daddy of all our replica Stormtrooper helmets. We're going to use the same green plastic and talk about why we love the defects and why they are important to us. Joining me today is a guy who's built some really nice helmets, and you can see them on his channel. It's called CableGuy Dan. We've been friends online for a while now, but this is the first time I'm actually meeting him for real. So please sit back and enjoy two geeks comparing helmets for your pleasure.
Firstly, I love that intro, and yes, it was the first time Rob and I have met, so it was a really enjoyable day. But I love that, just two geeks talking about Stormtroopers. That absolutely nails it. So yeah, let's carry on.
Can't talk about the green helmets without looking at the original one, so I thought I'd bring that to show you.
Wow. Yeah, okay. It's like Christmas morning, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's... I'll just have a back catalogue of words for a second while I think of what I'm actually going to say. Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what to say. That's... Obviously you build a few. You make it, try and look like the original ones if you can. And then you're actually sitting there holding one that's been on set. Yeah. I think this kind of nails it. I was literally speechless to sit there and actually hold that original prop that has been on screen in the movie that I love with the Stormtroopers running at you. Obviously, I don't know which scene it was ever in. I don't think anyone's actually worked that out. But yeah, I was blown away. So I just sat there staring at this thing, just taking in all the tiny details of it. Yeah, it blew me away. Even now, I can't think of the right words to put. I can't make sense of anything. It was just so cool. Honestly, it blew my mind. Yeah, impressive. There's literally just little bits and bobs everywhere, aren't there?
Yeah, all over the place.
It's just full of charm.
But you don't notice it on screen. And that's the thing. It was a movie prop to be seen on camera from a distance, and it fits the brief perfectly.
Yeah.
But when you see it, that's the fascinating thing for me. That's these are all the details that I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous how bad they were, really.
Yeah. That's what you and I love about them. I now love that the rubber trim is it's cracked. It's deteriorated.
That is the original trim, that.
Well, that's it. I'm now upset that when I make them, they don't look 40 years old. Oh, beautiful.
What do you think about the cushions?
Well, again, I understand why somebody might think it's broken, but that's just what it is, isn't it?
See, it's not really holding its shape. It wants to go back into that shape. And it doesn't form, no matter what you do. I don't think they're crushers. You see those two marks?
Again, literally, it's just history, isn't it? Oh, made my day.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. It did make my day. I was quite nervous actually holding it to start off with, obviously because it is historic. There's not many of them left that are real. And then obviously Rob picked it up as he's so used to it and he's flexing things here and flexing them there. But like I said in the RS video, it is in really good condition overall. Obviously it would be wonderful if maybe they also had one that had paint on it. But actually that's what makes this one so special. Yes, it has been stripped, but that's what it is. It's just that's what's left 40 odd years later. So yeah, mind blown, amazing.
Okay, so shall we have a go at building one?
Cool.
Right, I'll throw one together and then we'll see where we're at. See what you think. So
Throw one together. It takes me ages to prepare myself for these things, and you're so used to it.
right, so let's just have a look. I mean, the brow heights are a bit insane. Even on the move along one, one side's higher than the other. It's not perfectly round here, and that the one thing that I really hate is when I see someone doing a high brow thing and they just cut.
Yeah, up and down like a camel's back.
Yeah, it's not that. It's you're losing the shape of it. You need to create that, and it follows through in the dome.
Yeah.
I'll just say here, it was so nice to see the confidence that Rob has with building these helmets. As he said, it's not a case of really planning it out too much. He's just got that flow and instinct now with how to build them through obviously years of practice. And I'm sure in the early days, you know, it'd be trial and error. Some of them would have looked worse than others. Pretty sure now it would be very difficult for him to make a bad helmet. But again, just watching him flow through it, it was, yeah, really enjoyable, really good.
Take that out. But I kind of want to leave that bit in there. Could probably take a bit of the corner out and maybe a bit there. So when did you start building helmets?
First one back in 2017.
2017.
Yeah, I have one from 2006 that I didn't build. I won't name where it came from. And it went yellow over the years. It was sort of 10 years old and it yellowed. So I was looking around for how to get it back to life, and I found the White Armour forum. And before you know it, I was then fully stripping that down, respraying it. And then after that, I spotted that you could get kits of these things. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll give that a go.
So it's an interesting journey because I started off wanting it to be really perfect. I mean, the first helmet that I built, I was so disappointed with how asymmetric it was. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really didn't like that. And then the cut in the rubber, I was putting that here so that it was much less noticeable.
Oh,
you know, things like that.
Yeah.
But then I completely evolved into the way that it should be. And if I see that now, I'm like, right, I quite like that. Do you want to have a play?
Sure.
That is a perfect place to pause. That was really nice, just chatting with Rob about, as we're saying, you know, there's no problem with someone having a pristine, whiter than white, clean Stormtrooper helmet. That's fine. But I've, over the years, just moved more and more towards actually how they were on screen. And that does include sometimes little runs of paint, little chips where the white paint's come off and you can see the plastic below, which, as we discussed, is this PP plastic. And that just adds to the charm for me. It really does. I say, like, just the way they're cut out sometimes. Yeah, it's not perfect. Things aren't always parallel. But to me, that's what gives it that real charm. So yeah, let's get back into it.
I've got one that's trimmed out on the eyes and the teeth.
Yeah.
But like you were talking about the flexibility of it.
Yeah, it's insane.
You can do pretty much anything you want to it, and it's just going to bounce back.
Yeah, it feels just so different, doesn't it? It is the way that it will push and pull around. Yeah, you can tell it's literally not just a case of, okay, yeah, we'll just make a copy of this and that'll be fine. It's all the you know, the thought that's gone into it.
There
That's
is.
what I want
It's
to
the
say.
advantages of having that, really. That you can,
Yeah.
you know, spend time with it and look at it. I would never have worked it out from photographs.
Okay.
Behind the scenes secret, it took me so long to build this because I was just so worried about breaking it, even though Rob said don't worry, you know, just go for it. But it did take me a while just to do even the basic trimming. I just kept sort of sitting there thinking, oh god, I don't want to break this nice helmet kit. But it was still really fun to do. It was really nice getting a bit of feedback from Rob here and there, and just feeling how sort of malleable and flexible that plastic is, which again shows why it didn't hold paint, because it is just so flexible. But yeah, it really was a very interesting experience to work with this plastic instead.
Even that, resting on your legs, it keeps bending away. Trying to get a good angle on it.
Yeah, it's super soft, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Have you actually ever broken one? Can you actually crack this? Have you cracked one?
No, you can't crack it now.
No, okay. Yes, again, with ABS, I would be petrified of trimming too far into here for it splitting.
Yeah.
And that's, again, even now, I know you said don't worry. Oh, yeah, okay. It's just literally bent over, which allows you to get in there.
Yeah.
Again, that's an unusual feeling, because, again, not really using this, you're nervous you're going to crack it, split it, and yet it's so flexible. Yeah, see that straight away. Again, if you had an ABS kit, the fact that just putting your fingers on there, everything wobbles, but it also, you got to imagine that you've got the rivets in there to pull it apart, and how's that then going to sit in relation to the rest of it?
Yeah, it's until you get the rivets in the bottom, you're not. It's still not taut, so it's a little bit like a drum skin, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need that. You need all of them in there.
By this stage, Rob has probably built 3 or maybe 4, and I'm still sitting there with 1. I don't build these all the time, so it was really fun to see just how many are literally sitting there, and I'm carefully cutting away. And I look over and there's another complete one from Rob just put over on the shelf as he moves on to another. So he did get a lot of things done that day, probably a lot of commission builds for people. So somebody's very lucky. And there's me just working my way along like a snail's pace. But again, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
You can see that.
Yeah, that doesn't want to go through, does it?
Yeah, it's almost the heat it's generating that's going through rather than the drill bit itself. You know, cutting the plastic.
Big shout out to Clarky, by the way, for actually getting this edited down from however long it took me to actually build it. But I tell you, it's very nicely cut together because it didn't happen this quick. So good job.
So I don't know if you want to talk about it on camera or not, but how are you now?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a challenging year. Battle with cancer, but currently doing well, doing very well. So I am all clear until they say otherwise. So take it 3 months at a time.
It came out of the blue, didn't it?
Yeah.
Where you seemed to be fine.
Yeah. There was no
one day, and
we
then
found something. Let's have a look and see what it is. Yeah, it was. It was suspected heartburn, that then turned into a tumour on the heart, which is rather different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was 48 hours, and I'd already had the surgery to remove it. So I knew nothing about it. I was giddy on morphine, just it was mid-lockdown as well. So it was masks in hospitals and all sorts of stuff. It was
family not being able to visit, more than likely.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, that was. It's been a rough ride, but been looked after, which is nice.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of support from everywhere, which has been great. It does give you a different perspective on life. Just literally, I always thought, oh yeah, I'm one of these people who says I'll just enjoy every day. But now I literally am one of those people that just has to enjoy every day, because you just don't know what's around the corner, so make the most of it.
That's a good time to mention. That's something I've never actually spoken about on the channel, but for anyone that noticed partway through last year where I started wearing hats or things like that. That was mid-treatment. So that was me having treatment for cancer. So as discussed with Rob here, yeah, I had a tumour on the heart, which had to be operated on within 48 hours. So, and then the following chemo and radiotherapy. So as I've said in the video here, I'm currently doing okay, and just take it one scan at a time. And I'm enjoying every day as much as I can, because you just got to. And that's why this day was even more epic, to really bring a highlight to an interesting year and a half. So yeah, just make the most of it, and let's carry on.
So you must be happy with that.
I am really happy with that. I think, well, I'm infamous for talking about brow heights because I have spoken out on brow heights a few times. So for me,
So is this how you like it?
At least sort of 5 mil. I've never managed to get a helmet done in this amount of time before, because I'm faffing about. I think, like you said, actually, it's nice to just sort of get on and do it instead of thinking about it too much. I always think about it. And this one, actually, it's coming together better than I thought. And we've only been doing this for, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So, no, it's quite freeing, especially like you said, don't worry about it. I'm still a bit worried about it, but I'm now less worried about it than I was an hour ago. And it's really nice to sort of throw it together, and it is coming together. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased with the alignment and stuff.
Yeah, you end up with that kind of organic feel to it as well.
There you go. Well, you've managed to build 4.
Well,
I'm very happy with 1.
I've only got 1.5 with the ears on.
Okay.
Thanks for taking the time out to make that journey and come and visit us.
No worries.
We always love people to come down and see the place and understand a little bit more about what we're about.
Yeah.
And the main reason I invited you was because you've got a real opinion that's worth giving on these. You know a lot about these helmets, and what you've been through and that, I thought it'd be great to get you down here and great to meet you.
Yeah.
We've been following the recovery.
Right. Yeah.
And it's great that you're looking so well and bouncing back.
Yeah. Don't set me off.
Well, no, it's good. It's good. Inspirational to all of us older guys. And
no, I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been amazing to come down and chat with all of you, look around the studio, which is superb. And yeah, just to get hands on and build some stuff is really nice as well. And I appreciate your kind thought on bringing me up. It's only 4 hours away. You know, what's 4 hours between friends? So no, really, honour to visit for sure.
No, it's been great. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thanks for coming.
No worries. Thank you very much. And there we have it, all finished. What a day that was. As you can probably tell from the video, I was absolutely blown away. So a big thanks to the team at RS Prop Masters for inviting me up there, and also a big thanks for letting me keep the helmet that I built on the day. So I will be doing a project on this where I will fully spray paint it, just like the originals were. So I hope you've enjoyed that video. Thanks a lot to RS for letting me use their footage as well in part of my reaction video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.